Hey everybody, Heather here, and this is Season 5, Episode 3 of The Flash. First off, I just want to say that this will always be here in each of my reactions, because sometimes when I'm watching other people's reactions, I'm like, I don't really care about the recap, or, maybe you're changing your video setup and you want to tell us about, X, Y, Z. Don't care, just want to get to the reaction. So that will always be there. For anybody who just wants to skip all the preamble and the discussion. Second of all, I want to thank everybody for, remember this is still here, for liking and subscribing. And I'm a really small channel just starting out, so every bit of help I get is really appreciated. So thank you so much. So let's get back to The Flash and recap time. First time on The Flash, we had Black Hole. Second time on The Flash, we had Barry going into the future and seeing things that maybe he didn't want to see, but maybe he had to see in order to come to terms with his, his destiny. We have Caitlin, who's still kind of integrating into this one being, and she's hilarious, and I hope she doesn't soften too much. Cisco still doesn't have these powers. Ralph is still giving advice, which is always humorous. Joe is still kicking ass. He's got a gun. Cecile is still reading people, and she had a good episode last time around. Iris has a new helper, and she's slowly gaining followers. And who's left? We haven't seen any of the Welleses this year so far. We saw Barry's parents in the last episode. So, yeah, I don't know what this episode's called, because I don't look at these things, and I don't know anything else, so just in general, in my life. So let's get right into the reaction, and let's see what it's about. Hopefully it's fun. It's always fun.
On the Flash.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Whatever we're gonna do, we can't tell the team I'm gonna die.
Guns.
Add all these to the inventory, boys. Tomorrow's bake sale is gonna be a real treat. This is my crew now.
This guy won't last one episode.
Fan out. Whoever's here, put him down.
He might not last first 3 minutes. Last man standing. You could do it, guy. My advice, run away, never come back to the city. Oh, it's our friend with the... Romero.
And it's not coming in 2024. It's coming December 10th.
Mark it in your diaries.
2019. Vaporized all of Central City, everybody in. Including you three.
Great. I'll go mark my calendar.
We still have 7 weeks to make sure none of this happens.
Guys, Barry's right. We've changed the future before. We can change it again.
So what else did our Asgardian cosplayer say?
That was pretty much it.
It's pretty accurate description of him. She's having a good day.
I have to prepare them for what's coming. They have to be ready to go on without me. Mom?
Ravi!
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be hilarious.
Mrs. Dibney, this is Cecile Horton. Ralph, good luck.
By the way, Cecile can tell if you're lying, so...
Yes, my mom has an eventful past.
Okay, robbery, larceny, bribery.
14 allegations, not a single charge.
This perfect timeline.
We haven't found enough body parts to determine which crew did all this.
Discovered in claw marks. An animal did this. Good to go?
No, we're not.
He's sort of like an animal.
Blood.
Thank you.
He seems angry, not like directed, more like rage unleashed.
There's no ammo in these.
But I know these guns. They're charged with dark matter. They're all empty. Who would kill for dark matter?
A coward.
Who could it be? So all the guns he was, like, collecting were just for the dark matter? Thought he just liked guns. Will he recognize her? Because she kind of looks the same.
Kate? You're Killer Frost.
Actually, she's me, sad coffee guy.
I did have a small amount of dark matter here.
Where'd you get it from?
From an old colleague, Ted Cord. He was actually willing to help me with my research.
Well, someone's out there
He's so
hunting
bitter.
for dark matter, and he's willing to kill to get it, so...
I lost my mother to this disease.
Maybe the guy is, like,
Mentioned
hungry
you have
for
a
dark
similar
matter.
substance.
Right? If Dr. Rosso can help us in any way, then yeah, I'm open to it, and you should be too. Would you help us, Dr. Rosso?
Yeah, but don't you get a creepy vibe from him,
Please.
Barry?
Call me Ramsay.
See, he's so polite. That's just...
Morning, boss.
Chapter 1 and being creepy. Be polite.
Thanks to your new intern. Nothing was stolen, but you'll never guess who the perp is. Get this. Harrison Wells is alive.
Hey! Which...
I should get this.
Harrison?
One of
What?
the McCulloch security guards and I go way back. Look into this.
There are
And
so
in the
many
meantime,
people
I
this
use
could
some
be.
Quotes on that mayor story. The city council's wondering how long this new one's gonna last.
It could be Thorn. It could be...
I'd rather
Harry.
do this. Allegra, look,
Could be
I understand,
Sherlock.
Okay, I was an ambitious cub reporter once too. You
Could
know,
be
this is great work.
a different
But
version.
I will take it from here, okay? Fine.
House policy. Besides, you know I don't have cameras in here, Deb.
Potted plant.
Ugly lamp on the bar.
Smoke detectors. 1, 2, 3.
I like you, Ralphie. Guess what? You can have the footage
Oh, great.
for $5,000.
I'm sorry, what?
Come back and see me when you got the green. Good to see you, Ralphie boy.
He's a businessman.
That was a butt.
Wait, hang on, Mom. We might not got the green. We can earn it.
This is a bad idea.
Excuse me, down here.
Just
How exactly are we going to
stopping
earn it?
this right
Watch me,
now.
sweetie.
So,
Unless she's
can I
like
talk to Kate?
some sort of hustler.
Can she hear me right
She
now?
probably is.
One.
Let's see what he's doing with it. Yeah, he's just going to inject himself with it. Is it like a drug? Is he addicted to it? Nice. Freeze him. Now chase after him before he disappears magically.
Calm down. Romero is fine. He just got up and walked away.
You let your anger get the better of you. I thought you had a handle on that. Frost! That cannot happen again!
What, now you're telling me how to feel?
Look, I have 7 weeks to teach you how to handle this kind of situation.
Trying to prepare to be better when he's not there anymore. Oh, this is handy. I think maybe Cecile and Joe can take a trip to Vegas sometime.
Oh, where's Killer Caitlin? Out assaulting another
Killer
suspect without
Caitlin, oh
Just take it
dear.
with her. Did you
Fight a minute. Please, let me help.
Barry's so trusting. That's why he's a hero. Spider-Webs. This is a new one.
Harrison Wells.
It's gotta be a new
Welcome to
one.
Earth 1. My name is Cisco Ramon.
Why are you following me?
Oh, great. Another angry one.
To get your hands on this precious beauty? Like
This is like an Indiana Jones version.
What's your name?
Iris West Island.
Well,
Don't you forget it.
He fell for the oldest trick in the book. Getting tased.
I did. With Mark Perez. Marv's alive?
Yeah.
You said he died in a car accident months ago.
It's a figure of speech.
You were with Marv when the pawn shop was robbed.
Ralphie, let me explain.
If Marv is alive, what about your other boyfriends?
How many of them are alive?
All of them?
All of them. When did it?
What else did you lie about? Did Dad really leave us?
Yes. That one is true.
Now.
This is weird. Did she tell him that, like, all her boyfriends after his dad left died?
I had a feeling about you.
Not so trusting after all.
It takes courage to fight death.
Maybe it takes more to accept it.
See, they're coming
My
at this
mom
from
had that
different
same look on her face when she was
angles.
first diagnosed.
I'm marking my calendar with the days I have left to live. And I'm going to spend them saving as many people as I can.
It's such a different
You're not a
perspective.
coward. You're just naive.
I'm glad a lot of this is coming out in the open in this episode, instead of it being dragged out.
Easy.
I wonder if he's going to stay around,
Yeah.
or if he's just a one
Try this
episode.
again.
Well,
All right, I'm Iris West Allen. This is Cisco Ramon. And we are friends of the Council of Wells.
Those idiots. Okay, now.
What particles of what?
Eternium.
Eternium.
Eternium?
Eternium is a multiversal element. All right, although the readings were stronger in the alley.
Listen, Indiana, I don't know how they do things on your Earth, but this...
He just vanished in the puff of smoke.
I'll handle it. I got the quotes for the mayor story and I finished your filing. Everything's alphabetical. Great. Also, I quit.
See ya.
Allegra, wait. When the time is right, I will tell you everything. I promise.
It's like, we barely know you. You can't be in the
We're journalists.
inner circle just
It's
yet.
our job to tell people the truth.
Why are you trying to hit a real target?
You have to use your frost powers.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Or why don't
Matrix.
you just admit the truth about what...
I don't want to die when I've just started living. Okay? I finally have the chance to live. Do you know that Baskin Robbins has 31 different flavors? I might die before I get to figure out which one is my favorite, or what my favorite song is, or have my first birthday party. 30 years of existing, and I've never had one. That really sucks.
Barry has to get her a cake.
So what?
Now this guy, he's more interesting in this episode than he was in the first two. But I wouldn't let him near this lab. Oh, they're linked.
You want this? Yeah? Yeah, come on. Come on.
Run, Barry, run! Just very slowly so he can keep up. See, that's the way it should be. Is he gonna get out? Whoa! That's new.
Back, I'm gonna throw a lightning bolt at him.
No, I have a better idea. Getting all the dark matter in Star Labs. Now.
That's gonna make him stronger.
No, it's gonna make him angry, and I'm pretty sure if we give it to him, he'll overdose.
I hope he doesn't explode. Yeah. Yeah, he exploded. Yeah. Yeah. Barry, you could have run out of the way of that. She should have been like,
No breaks, just bruising.
get all the dark
You got
matter
lucky.
and a plastic sheet.
I must be off. See you in the next life, Barry.
He's just gonna go back to being like the villain, like I think it would have been more interesting if he was part of the team, but also evil.
I'm just so grateful. Can I go first? When your father left, you came into
This
my room
storyline just...
every morning.
I don't get it.
With your hand.
An addendum for the book of Ralph.
See, he's still doling out wisdom. I wonder if Ralph is going to be in a relationship
Steps to
this
being
season.
open to the.
Neither one of us have been open to love since Dad left. And Mom, by keeping that pain away.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna... He's gonna find somebody this season. It's either gonna be Caitlin or someone completely new. He's gonna use his power to, like, drag it to him. Yay! That's what I'm talking about.
What in time?
I knew Barry would do something for her.
Hey, sweetie, we having a little get together?
So Frost has never had a birthday party, so I offered to throw her one.
Hey, you're missing out on all the
Is he
fun.
going to tell her?
Thanks
I
for
think
the
he might
party.
tell her.
You're not going to be at my birthday party next year, are you?
See, she knows.
Whenever you talk about life after crisis, you never talk about yourself. Let's tell him together.
This is so new for The Flash. Keeping a secret for just one episode. It's moving so quickly. I like
Barry
it.
and I didn't.
The only timeline where everyone survives was the one where I died. I have to die in crisis. None of you can try and save me.
Whew. I'd watch the ongoing adventures of Nash. Okay, episode 3 of... hang on, let me uncross my legs. Episode 3 of Flash was... Wait, my brain is still working. Tick, tick, tick. We had... What do we have? Let me stretch first. Ugh. We had Ramsay doing his thing. Now, Ramsay, I thought, from the first 2 episodes, he was just going to be, like, in the background and then turn up as a villain eventually. You know, they'd eventually figure out he was behind, say, the abductions of people and experiments on them and stuff like that. But in this episode, they brought him into the fold, and Caitlin obviously didn't trust him, and Barry was like, let's, he could be good for us. But Barry didn't trust him either, so he's like keeping an eye on him. And then they had a really interesting conversation where Ramsay was like, we're both dying, but you're kind of running towards it, and I'm fighting for my life. And they have these 2 like completely different perspectives on things. Now for Barry, the choice is like between everybody else and himself, so it's not quite the same thing. Ramsay's just like, he's just like, I'm dying, I'm going to do anything I can to stop it, and I don't care who I kill to make that happen. So it's like complete opposites. And he has some sort of power over the blood. But other than that, he's not exactly the most threatening villain. And I feel like at the moment, if there was any sort of standoff between him and the gang, he wouldn't have a chance. So that has to develop. There has to be more to it than just like blah thing that he does. Otherwise, I don't think that's going to go anywhere, interesting. On what else happened? Joe wasn't in this episode much, and we had the Ralph storyline where I think the purpose of the Ralph storyline was just to set up his why he hasn't been in a relationship since he's been in the show, and set us up for an oncoming relationship that he's going to pursue. Because he's been giving these, like, the Book of Ralph stuff to other people, but he sort of diverted attention away from himself. So the story with his mother and, you know, his father leaving and all the failed relationships she's had since then, it sort of informs his character, that he's sort of the same way. He's distrusting of, you know, people, and he doesn't want anybody close because they'll eventually leave. But the actual, like, she was telling him that they all died, that was completely ridiculous, but I'll accept it. I'll accept it for moving the plot forward and moving the story forward. So it'll be interesting to see who he has his eye on in future episodes, whether that's going to be after Crisis or before a Crisis. Of course, after Crisis, everybody's dead, so, right? So, don't tell me. If anybody knows anything, please do not spoil anything for me, because I tried to, like, block my ears on all this stuff. So, blind reactions, best reactions. That's my philosophy, and, yeah. Who else was in the episode? Nash, Indiana Jones, Nash, Wells. He's looking for something that's beeping, and he's like, beep, 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 beep. So that's going to be fun. I take, you know, this is going to sound weird, but if episode 4 was just him in a jungle looking for artifacts in an ancient temple, I would watch it. Like, absolutely. Best episode of the season. But I'm just a big fan of Wells and in all his incarnations. Some more than others. And the other storyline we had was Barry, like, hiding the truth from everyone else that he had to die, and then eventually, you know, telling them. It was a very short, you know, we have to keep this secret. Actually, you know, maybe we should tell them. So it was all wrapped up in one episode, which I like, because dragging things out is just, you know, it's been done a lot in these shows. So when it's not done, when it's not being dragged out, just refreshing, breath of fresh air of it. And we also had Iris and her new intern, the girl from the last episode whose name is, I don't know, but I will look it up. And she was just being moody. I don't like her until I do like her eventually. So until I like her eventually, I don't like her. Because she's like, you know, she's all sassy. And then Barry threw a party for Frost, which is lovely. Barry's a very thoughtful person. Like with the suit in episode 1 as well. So he's a good friend to have, you know? He's good at, if you were his friend and you dropped hints about presents you might want, you know he'd get them for you. So, yeah. That's it. Cisco's girlfriend wasn't in this episode, and Cisco wasn't really in it much apart from his, like, interactions with Nash. So, yeah. I liked it. I liked the episode, and I'll look forward to next week's. And if you've watched my post-amble, which is not a thing, and I won't refer to it as post-amble from now on in, thank you, and I will see you next week. And if you like my video, any likes boost things for a small channel hugely, apparently. comments do too. But, you know, do what you want. It's your time. Go watch Blind Waves Reaction. You know, do something great with your day. And I'll see you next week. Bye! Hey everyone.